Want to learn music and want to specialize in jazz and you can find the right people? Familiar with the 251 concept just by name? What about the minor? Find scales like diminished and augmented challenging? What about all extended chords like flat 9, sharp 11, flat 13? If you answer yes with all of these questions, so let me introduce myself. So my name is Vinny Venkov and I'm more than 30 years experienced musician and teacher. I have master's degree and I was teaching bass with one of the greatest bass players, and there are 6-string bass players, John Patitucci and Alain Caron. So with this introduction, I want to go over all programs and courses that I teach. So the first program that I teach is music theory. So what this include? This workshop is for all beginners in the music and gives a basic knowledge how to start it. So here I address every single musician: guitar player, bass player, drummer, piano player, saxophone player, flute player. Everybody needs this music theory and these basic things to know before to begin to play. Here I give you learning the 7 notes with colors and associate them with the piano and the student instrument. Here you can learn all basic things in the music as a bar, time signature, notes and durations, circle of fifths, bass and clef notation. Here I give you a chart guide and music signs to help the student and follow the music chart with all music signs as senue, coda, repeat sign, and etc. The other things that I teach is articulations and dynamics that help to understand the notes with the specific accent models, and choices for the student how to articulate the music in the professional way. So here you can learn how to work with the metronome as a professional and resolve all rhythmic problems. Again, rhythm and music examples or solution how to read the music, slow and to understand every single note. So here you can learn all notes and subdivision as dots, rest, whole note, half note, quarter, 16, triplets and syncopation. In other words, everything that needs a musician today to play a music. So the next program that I teach, this is the bass guitar. So before to begin, I want to focus that I am extended range bass player and I created my concept to play on 4, 5 and 6 string basses, and I have my music series called extended range bass series that are focused on extended range bass, and I'm specialized exactly in this. So the first thing that we can learn here is association with the bass and the chart. Then recognize the bass clef and all notes on the instrument. Then I give you left and right hand conditions. Also, guide and solution how to learn the fingerboard for short period of time. I have even special program that is how to learn the finger bass for less than 90 days. So if you need this program, I can help you to have it. So a lot of tools that you can learn the fingerboard. The next thing, here I give you solution for all standard basses as muting technique and playing the full range. So I figured out that once we begin to play 5 and 6 string basses, we have to be with muting technique. So in my lessons, I teach exactly how you can get this muting technique step by step. The next things that I teach, that this is highly specialized in all those things, how to play triads examples in all keys and playing them in 1, 2, 3 and 4 octaves. So I'm specialized exactly in this thing, and I have examples for 4, 5 and 6 strings, and everything is written on charts and everything is with a playback. So this is probably one of the most important thing that I believe to learning the triads and to play them all over the neck. The next thing, I give technical examples to work and have good connection with all fingers on the left hand. I have specially a guide for this, and if you have it, if you want, you can have it. After that, we began step by step slowly to have a basic knowledge to create baseline, and I can guide you how to create baselines and what you need about that. The next thing is I teach chord knowledge and chord functions. One of the best things to know music is to know the chord function. Once we know that, we almost know about the music, let's say 60-70% uh, about the music, and this is very important to understand which chord after which comes. This is in general the chord function. After, I give you step by step guide how to learn the materials in effective way. So probably I give you the materials you don't know how to learn, but I will give you exactly and show you how to do that in effective way that you will not lose your time. The next thing is how to counting the music and working with a metronome and playback. This is very important because somehow once we begin to play guitar, somehow you will go maybe in the next level and to play with musicians, and all these things to work with metronome and playback is incredibly important. The next thing, here I'm working with iReal Pro and work with any examples in every BPM style and key. This is addressed to the triads. I have triads examples in, for example, if I take C major, for C major I have 11 different examples including the inversions. So with iReal Pro, this is probably the best way to work because you can adjust the BPM from 60, 70, 80 as it's good for you. Then you can adjust style, you can adjust key, whatever you want. So I'm working with this program, and I do believe for you will be probably the best tool to have it. So the next program that I teach is Jam with the Pro. So what is this, and what is the purpose of this? So here we will learn all important styles in the music as pop, blues, rhythm and blues, gospel, funk, reggae, Latin, Afro, swing, jazz, smooth jazz, and fusion. All those kind of styles I can perform before you. I will be all the time with my iPad and with all this iReal Pro, and there we can see all those styles, and I can play it with you together. So here I focus exactly on this strong interaction between student and teacher and playing together. This is incredibly important because in this lesson I am looking for only to play with you, to give you some theory but not too much. 90% from the lesson I want that you will play with me and with the playback, and you will begin to learn all chops for all those kind of styles. The next thing here in this lesson, I go over all specific items for every single style. Every single style has specific rhythm, specific patterns, specific things that I go over every single style. The next things I accent on melody comping and creating a solo and concept for this. So once we begin to play something, there is a melody. I explain how to comping the melody, what we have to play, and then the next thing I probably give you examples for solo with my bass guitar. And this is the idea for chart. If you have, let's say, one tune, I don't know, Stella by Starlet or Autumn Leaves or whatever it is, or maybe something more fashion. Anyway, you have the melody, we have the harmony. I give you all harmony and a playback and everything, and I begin to explain you all this in details. So the next thing that I focus also is good is once you learn the melody, I give you interpretation and give you opportunity to play in the melody with your interpretation. So once you learn the melody, after that you step by step you can change the melody in your way, and this is the idea of this thing. The next things here I give you tools for solo. So once we begin to play, you want more ideas. So I give you ideas as an interval, major triad, seventh chord, scales, all old scales. I can give you all to pentatonics maybe. I can give you all tools and I can play it for you just to help you to understand what to play if you play solo. The next thing that it's important to understand the range of the instrument and use it in effective way. So if we play, for example, melody, and you are on the guitar, for example, you play on one octave in the beginning, let's say in the middle octave. Once you go to the second time to play melody, I explain to you that you have to go in the octave up. Never play, I never play the melody in one octave. So in this way here, I explain how to use the range of the instrument. After, it's very important here to understand the chord functions as I explained in the previous program, and this is very important. And another thing is to understand all chords and what is a chord progression. So once we learn all that, we will analyze every single chord progression, every single tune, and then you will understand what is functions, and then we understand in general the music that all the time when you have chords, they have specific way how we create them. So I want that you will learn all this technique. Another thing that it's almost I teach in every single program, it's working with metronome and playback. Also, I can help you to prepare tunes and playing them in all keys, any style and any BPM. So this is the third program. Now I want to focus on the next program, and the next program is improvisation. So what this include? So the first thing, I analyze the chart and understand the tonality of the tune. This is very important, and here I can give this idea that the student has to be at least 3-4 years and to understand very good the instrument, technically understand the instrument, and to have a very good sight reading. So then we learn the tune in different style based on the melody. Sometimes we have jazz melody, sometimes we have Latin, sometimes we have different melody. So in this way, I teach you how to learn all those melodies in different styles when we have one melody. The next thing is we have to learn all jazz items for improvisations as 251 for major and for minor. This is also a part of the chord functions theory, and here I can explain you as well. Also I can explain also another thing, that it's jazz progression, how we playing in two, how we playing walk bass, and also I explain all extended chords and analyze them. I give you, with every single chord I give you scale, and I give you every single note what chord we have, in case that you don't know and you need more explanation about it. The next thing is find the chord tonality progression and function of the chord. Again, we go over the same thing, almost the same thing I teach in all those courses, but it's very important to understand the tonality. If you have one, let's say, autumn leaves, to know in which key, and this is very important because it's going to help you to understand the key, and once you begin to play, how to play this in the properly key. The next thing, I accent on the melody comping and creating a solo and concept for this. So here I will give you ideas for every single, for all tools that we have in the music for improvisation, as intervals, major triads, seven chords, scales, pentatonic, and all odd mode scales. The next thing is very important, learning the melody and ability for interpretation and solo. Once you begin to play solo, I never give to my student to play a solo without the melody. Once you want to play a solo, you have to know the melody of the tune. After that, I can give you the opportunity to play solo, but not before. And as we have all these things in every single program, working with the metronome and playback and playing in different keys. So with all this program Ario Pro, you can play everything you want in different keys, in different style, different BPM, everything you want. So the last thing that I teach, and this is the jazz ensemble experience. So this is, I can say, more complicated than everything. Here we have rules to play in the band. We have to building a rhythm section, and what I explain here, what we need for that. Here I focus on learning all jazz items as 251 for major, for minors, jazz progression, playing into walking bass, extended chords, and analyzing. So here I focus on all important thing in the jazz and what we need to begin to play this music. So the next thing is learning the specific part of each instrument. So once we begin to learn one tune, I give chart for every single musician. For guitarist one chart, for bassist another chart, for drummers another chart. So once we have all charts and I give it to you, I explain to you how to play it, and I go over it with metronome very slowly and in the way that you can understand every single note and how falling in the beat. The next thing that is very important, I try all the time to unite all members and playing together with the metronome or playback. One of the great things that can unite the musicians, this is exactly metronome. So once we have the metronome, everybody is inside, and this is very, very good to play in the beginning in the band with the metronome. Then we will be in synchron together, and then we can go maybe with playback, and finally we can do without metronome or playback, but once we feel the rhythm inside us, we can do the normally bent without metronome and without playback. The next thing is tools, how to play a melody in different styles. So every single melody it's written in one style. We can we can use this melody in a different style, and I explain it how we can do it in every single style that we want it. So here we can play all those different styles as pop, blues, rhythm and blues, gospel, jazz, swing, smooth jazz, and fusion. So I choose my name Jazz Ensemble with one great purpose. Once we say jazz, in jazz you have everything that you can imagine. You have classic, you have pop, you have blues, you have rhythm and blues, gospel, jazz, Latin, everything that you can imagine, we have it inside. So that's why it's called jazz ensemble, because you can learn all the style in this specific jazz ensemble. So after that, we analyze all the time together every tune and give a tools and ideas for solos. So for solo, as I explained, we have to know very good the melody. Once we know the melody, I can give you another tools how to create the solo. So another thing that is very important is the student has to be minimum for a 3-4 years experience on the instrument, and another thing that is very important to have a good sight reading. This is incredible important for this program. The, the student has to know how to read the music, and this is a strong skill for this example. So this is about all my programs, and I hope that this gives you understanding what I teach and everything in details. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you around. And if you need more information, please click the link below, and you can see all the programs that I'm talking. You can see probably the video volumes, but if you want more than that, please make connection with me. Thank you for watching, and good luck.